Hey guys, this is Stu. Another monthly update in for February this time, and boy, did January soon fly by. Anyway, what I thought I'd do this time is just run through what's going on in the community, and then go through my builds. And what I thought I'd do is show you my tiger collection that I've got for a change, because I've actually reorganised some of my stash and put all my tigers in one place. So first off, I just wanted to mention that I am absolutely stunned at the amount of builds and how the standards are just rising and rising and rising and rising, I have to say. And I have to say also, a few modelling buddies of mine, particularly Frankie Day and Mark Cohen, I enjoy your two latest videos, well, your latest videos extremely much. Mike, in regard to your tutorials on how to use weathering with clay-based washes, I found that extremely interesting and very, very informative. Now, if anybody hasn't seen these, I heartily recommend you watch his tutorials on it. Yep, they do run over altogether 4 hours, but it's well worth watching. It was very interesting for me because unfortunately at the time I was very laid low with flu. So that really sort of helped sort of take my mind off me coughing and well, you know, you know the scenario with flu. It just knocks you for six. So that was very, very interesting, Mike. Thank you very much, buddy. And yeah, hang on, the whole video dio is looking fantastic, and I can't wait to see the final reveal. Frankie Day, he's just recently finished the Trumpeters 1350 of USS Alabama. I have to say that looks an awesome build, Frankie, so well done, buddy. And happy retirement to you, by the way. And I look forward to seeing much more of your videos. Also Warren Blanche, who's basically his current project is the Revell 132nd Focke-Wulf 190A8 in 132nd. That is looking fantastic, and keep up the good work. I can't wait to see how she turns out at the end. Also, Martin Lamont, international scale modeler. Not international scale modeler, I'm getting myself wires crossed there. UK international scale modeler. He is currently building a JU88 A4, was it A1 or A4, 132nd in Revell. That is a beast of a kit. And I've only actually seen the first part, Martin, so I haven't seen any further updates, but your Hawk of Fury build, phenomenal. I loved that Spanish colour scheme you did for the Spanish Civil War. It was awesome. And also Dirk Pitt, who recently took part in the Tom Daniels tribute group build. He actually did an Iron Lady fire engine. Fantastic. Absolutely phenomenal, bud. Keep up the good work. As regards my builds, well, I haven't got very far. I'll show you. I'll just move the camera over. As you can see beneath, I've reorganised all my stash, all my Star Wars, as you can see there. So far I've got Boba Fett, Darth Vader, Darth Vader's TIE Fighter, the ordinary TIE Fighter. I've got the X-Wing, and I've also got the Y-Wing, and somewhere hidden in the depths of this stash is the ATST. Very tempted to have a crack at that actually. So as you can see, I've reorganised everything, so it's all looking a lot tidier. And anyway, onto the workbench. Basically, excuse the state of the kit. As you can see here, I've got all the X-brass grills put in place. They've come up really well, adding a lot more detail to the kit. Also I've built, as you can see here, if I get it into shot, the actual cradle for the stowage which goes on the top of the turret. Now this was a bit of a mare to put together. Originally, as you can see in the background, I was going to use the Edward edge brass set for that, but my first attempt at doing bending with the bending tool was a disaster. So I thought, well, I'm going to have to fall back on the kit's own cradle, which you see there. And what I'm going to do is just sand down the surfaces so that these grills here, which you see, will fit on top, and then basically glue them on top and then put it on the top of the turret, which is up here. Okay, so that's going to sit on the very top, and then obviously I'll fit this stowage set to the kit as well. Now, as you can see, I haven't got very much far since the last update. Reason being, as you know, I've been sick, so that's taken me off the workbench, and obviously with life and work. So at some stage this week I'm going to get cracking back on it, and hopefully I should be able to basically get on with the build and then do you a further update. Possibly in the next week or so I'll post the next update for you guys. Okay. As you can see here, this is one of my little acquisitions, and I've got that on the basis of a new vignette I'm thinking of doing at some stage this year. I'll run through that in a little while. It's actually made by a company called Fields of Glory, which is based in Camberley, believe it or not, but they are online, so look them up. Okay, and I've got some of the more of their stuff at the back here, as you can see, little building sets, etc., for dioramas. Okay, and as you can see, I've got the old Hurricane on the top here. Now I've decided to keep her up here because this is the safest place for her. Although I had her by the telly, which is a prime view, I just felt there was a danger it was going to get knocked, so I thought, nah, leave it there, be nice and safe. Okay, right, as I said, I thought I'd show you my collection of tigers, which I've actually got in this little cabinet here. Yeah, quite a few, including some variants. First off, if you look at the top here, we've got the Hobby Boss VK4502 prototype Vaughan. That was one of the pre-runners of the Tigers, I think I'm right in saying, and I know recently Sebastian Schoof did an inbox review on the Hinton, which is where you've got the same vehicle but the turret's laid slightly back. I myself might be doing an inbox review on this one at some stage. It is a phenomenal kit, and I look forward to building that. Now moving down, next one we've got here is Italeri's Porsche Tiger. Adam Mann is possibly going to do that in the prototype, which was presented to Hitler. I might well do one myself, possibly not at the same time, but yeah, that's why I bought it. And then down here, if we get it into shot, you got 6352, which I know Sebastian Schoof and Dutch Modelling did an inbox review of, and this is representing the only ever operational Tiger P which was used out in Russia. Hence that's why I bought it. I have actually got the Zimrit set for it as well, but apparently it doesn't fit very well, but I'll find it out when I come around to doing it. Then moving further down, you've got the Dragon Elephant with Zimrit. That's 6465. That is a beast. That was a further development from the Tiger P. It was an anti-tank gun fitted on the top. It wasn't very successful, unfortunately, at the Battle of Kursk, and they lost quite a few of them. Further development from that was, as you see here, if you've got it in shot, is 6133, which is the Ferdinand. That is awesome. I really am going to look forward to building that, especially with that camo scheme. Right, let's just move these paint sets out of the way. And then moving down again, I don't know if you can see, I've got recently re-released 3-in-1 Tiger 1 initial production 6252. Unfortunately it doesn't come with all the goodies, but I've ordered some extras in, and I'll be doing it as possibly as the one on which is illustrated on the box. And then at the very bottom, I don't know if you can see that, guys, I've got Rifled's first release of the Tiger 1, which is again the initial one, but it's the DAC version. Lovely looking kit. I know Mike Cohen recently built one, and it was a lovely looking kit. Right, up here we've got the initial production Tiger 1, which is released by Tamiya. That's a slightly older kit, not as detailed, but again I did get some extras in for that just to add some detail, and I do look forward to doing that one. Then, as you can see here, I've got two early version Tamiya Tigers. One I'll be doing in the grey, and the other I'll possibly do as Wittmann's Curse Tiger 1331. Then moving down again, I've actually got, if it's in shot, I can't see myself. Yeah, here we go. Is the recently released from last year 6820 Tiger 131, which was captured out in Tunisia and is now at the Tank Museum at Bovingdon, and is the world's only running Tiger 1. I myself am going to be lucky enough to go and see her in June, or at the end of June, at the Tank Fest show, along with my modelling buddies Tim Ivats and obviously Anthony Coulomb, who's kindly let me stay over, so thanks mate, I really appreciate that. And I'll possibly do some reference photos of her if I get near her. Then moving down again, recently reacquired release, which was another release by Rifle, it's the second one of their line, which is of the 504th Battalion early Tiger 1 with full interior. That is phenomenal. It really is absolutely phenomenal. The detail on it is absolutely amazing. So crisp and so clear. Then down below we've got an old one again, which is of Tamiya's, which is of the mid-production Tiger. This one I might possibly do as one of Otto Carrius's Tigers. Okay. Then moving up, over here we've got another recently re-released Tiger, which is of the late version with Ace Commander and Crew set, which is basically depicting Michael Wittmann. I might possibly do this as 007, I don't know, I haven't decided yet. And then beneath that is one I recently acquired last year from Hendrik at Hollywood Modelling, 6406, which again is a 3-in-1 late version. You do have the option of doing a Command Tiger in this, so I'm tossing up on whether to do this as Wittmann's Command Tiger, but I more than likely won't. I might well do this as one of his other Tigers, possibly the one that was at Villers-Bocage 222. Then beneath here is the one I most treasure, which was the original release of 6253, which is a 3-in-1 Tiger 1 late production. That I more than likely will do as 007 actually, to be honest with you, and I have got some more optional extras in with that one. And if you want to check that one out and see what it's like, it's on Dutch Modelling, as Seb actually did an inbox review, and it does run for over an hour, I do warn you. Okay, next one down is the Ardennes Front King Tiger, which was bought by my brother as a birthday present. I do look forward to doing this one because I'm actually going to do a dio with this, possibly of the one that's depicted on the box. And beneath that I've got the Porsche turret Tiger, because if you notice they do slightly alter. The one up above has got the Henschel turret, one beneath has got the Porsche turret. I do particularly like the colour scheme which is depicted on the box, so yeah, that's going to be a nice one to do. Down here is a lovely kit. This is a sub-variant of the Tiger one. It is of course the Sturm Tiger. That is made by FE, and you can get a Zimmerit set and an aftermarket workable track link set. More than likely will actually. And then down here, another variant of the King Tiger, which is the Porsche turret version of the Jagd Tiger. This one comes with Zimmerit, and the kit number on that is 6493 if you want to try and get older one. Finally is Tamiya's own Jagd Tiger, which is the Fru production. That has come without Zim, and I'm possibly going to do that as Otto Carrius's 201 Jagd Tiger. So there you go. That, guys, is my full complete collection of my tigers. If you notice, there is one missing. I do have the Command Wittmann tiger, which is the early version, but a friend of mine is actually looking after that for me at the moment, but I'll probably get that one back, hence the space which you see down there. So there you go. So that's my collection of tigers, guys. I thought I'd run through that with you. As you well know, I've got another one up here, which is my Thomas Anselgruber, which is sitting there waiting patiently to have some TLC at some stage once I've actually got the AS90 done. So basically that's run through that. And if you notice, I've actually got the Pricks of Plastic calendar from Devon Bliss, so thanks for getting that through for me, buddy. And this month's one is of Tim's London bus. Very challenging build apparently, but Tim certainly did a phenomenal job of that, so well done, mate. Right, having done that, I'll now just run quickly through finally at what acquisitions I managed to get this month. First off, a few tools and a few added extras. One I noticed on one of Paul's videos recently, a paint mixer which is done by Badger. That is going to save me a lot of time, and I actually got that for about $6.99 on eBay. So that's going to come in handy. All it needs is a AAA battery and you're well away. Okay. And recently, when I was having a look at the Fury Sherman by Italeri and told you about the casting that I wanted to get done on it, a lot of armour modelers tend to use Mr. Surfacer. I wasn't quite sure which grip to use, so I asked Mike Cohen which one to do, and kindly enough he replied back to me very promptly and recommended I get this one, Mr. Surfacer 1000. The only thing he did advise me was, if you're going to use this stuff, guys, make sure the room is well ventilated and wear a respirator, because it's got extremely strong fumes, just as it has with cellulose thinners. So please keep your room ventilated and use a mask, okay? In fact, I've got 2 of them. So there you go. And having watched his recent tutorials on clay-based weathering on kits, I got myself some Turpenoid mite, so and the odorless variety, so I'm going to try that out with your techniques. Okay, so thanks for that, bud. As regards kits, well, recently, as you know, I did an inbox review of AFV's IDF Shotcal 1973 Centurion. Guys, this is one hell of a kit, and what really swayed it for me was when I saw Hamil Kabakis's, or Michael's, build of this. It is a fantastic kit. The detail in it, it's got loads of goodies in it, along with a metal barrel. The only thing that I don't like is the rubber tracks. I think I might well source some frills for that, but I mean, I'm not normally into Israeli tanks, but I just had to get this one, to be honest with you. Now, recently, another YouTube model, is it Mitko Nikitov? If I got that right, Mitko, I'm sorry. If I got that wrong, Mitko, I do apologise. He did an inbox review of an artillery piece. Having looked at his review, it did inspire me to get it. And as you well know, we've got the 75th anniversary of Operation Barbarossa coming up, so I ended up getting it. It is, of course, the Mini Art hang on, let me have a look at that. USVBR 76mm gun, modification 1941 with limber and crew. I can't wait to have a look at this, and I might well do a little sort of mini vignette for that. As I indicated last month, I did recently have a bit of a disaster with the Hanomag half-track. Well, guys, I'm going to have another crack at it again. I've actually got a replacement, but this time I've actually got an extra brass set just to put some extra detail inside the interior, and I might well do that with a little dio as well. This one is a Cold War tank. around about the same era that the Chieftain was around. It was one of Russia's frontline tanks. It is, of course, the T-72M1 by Tamiya. Awesome looking kit. I might well get some metal barrel for this and possibly some thrall tracks. I can't wait to build it. And if anybody is, and if you remember this was in GoldenEye, which was Pierce Brosnan's first Bond film, where he was chasing some criminals down in the street with one of these things. It's a beast. It really is a beast. And another one I managed to get hold of. This is another variant of the Sherman, again by Tamiya. I might well do this as an Ardennes little, Battle of the Bulge vignette. It does come with the crew as well. It is, of course, the M4A3 Sherman with a 105mm howitzer. I just love this scheme with the whitewash, I really do. And if you look on the side of the box, you've certainly got a potential for a good diorama there. Okay. And penultimately, is another kit I recently did an inbox review on. It's of an armoured car. It's not a bad kit. The moulds aren't bad. It probably needs a little bit of attention here and there, maybe some extras, I don't know. I am going to order the Black Dodge storage set with this. Might do it in a diorama, a late war one. It does come with some photo etch as well. It is, of course, the limited edition Staghound Mark 1. I was tossing up on this or the Bronco version. I ended up getting this one. It comes with a nice little booklet for reference, so you've got the full interior, etc., as well as the colour schemes of which variant you want to do. Figures look brilliant, they really do. And again, it's a good basis for a diorama. So if you want to get hold of one of these, look them up on eBay. Okay. And then finally, I was surfing eBay and came across this little set, which is going to go very nicely with one of Tamiya's kits I've got of a Kubelwagen. When I